Last time on Fissure's Initiative Short Stories. Our heroes ventured forth on the path to the cave of the Tree of Wisdom or whatever. Along the way, Ume began checking underneath the bridges.
What are you doing?
Donovic asked, wondering if the pixie had finally lost his mind and was looking for it under these bridges.
I don't know. I like bridges.
After some searching as they neared the cave, Ume noticed a turtle. She jumped into the water and, after much effort, managed to capture it.
What are you going to do with that turtle?
Melvin asked with his perfect face.
What? I like it.
Ah, good idea. We can perhaps interrogate or eat. Maybe both. Turtles are sneaky and swim underwater and hide in shells to conceal themselves. It's perfect spy creature. Also good for soup.
Melvin shrugged his perfect shoulders and the trio continued their journey. They approached the cave further down the path around noon. The entrance was up against the side of a cliff in a small clearing. Oak trees surrounded the area and sunlight flooded the peaceful glade. Ume sniffed the air as she eyed the mouth of the cave.
I smell victims.
The pixie put her hands on the handles of her daggers.
Soon, my sweeties. Soon.
We must use caution.
Donovic reached into his holster and drew his brick. He tossed it into the cave and set off a few traps.
This is a dangerous place. We should be careful.
Picking up the brick and tossing it further, he managed to clear a safe path through the cave. He came to a stop when they arrived upon a rickety rope bridge. Ume flew up to get a better look and spotted a fleet of giant toads. One of them looked distinctly mean.
Guys, they're toads.
We must concoct plan to...
For justice!
Melvin charged across the rope bridge with his perfect legs and struck the large, mean toad with an arcane projectile. The other toads fled in horror, but the mean toad lashed out and returned with its tongue. Donovic quickly crossed the bridge as Ume flew across. Drawing her dagger, she sliced the toad as she flew in circles around it. Donovic, with his trusty brick, smashed it in its face. The toad collapsed in a pile of defeat. The party searched the corpse and found a key in what appeared to be saddlebags. They examined the room and found a hallway beside a door with 3 locks.
3 locks.
Ume looked at the key in her hand.
Guys, there's gotta be 2 more keys.
They went down the left tunnel and heard raucous laughter. As they turned the corner, they found a few goblins, a hobgoblin and a goblin in a wizard's robe, casting various light puppet spells.
It's murdering time!
Ume reached into her pouch of infinite glitter and threw a handful at the goblins. Out of a magical poof flew the tiny form of Cthulhu. The evil demigoddess sheep ruthlessly slew the goblins one after the other as they begged for mercy. As they ripped off the arm of its final victim, it turned its gaze of infinite rage towards the party.
Pineapples! It's coming right for us!
Ume reached into her bag and offered the turtle to Cthulhu. Curious, the demigoddess flew over to her and accepted the turtle. Seemingly satisfied, the sheep disappeared.
Always have an emergency turtle. You never know when it might be useful.
She said, winking at the camera. Searching the bodies, they found 2 more keys as well as several useful magical items. They returned to the locked door and opened it. They followed the long, dark hallway inside which led to a small grove. The sun shined through a small hole in the ceiling of the cave. There was a single tree surrounded by grass beside a small pond.
There might still be traps. Please, comrades, allow me to...
Without warning, Ume took his brick and tossed it at the tree. Being struck critically, it shuddered and yelled as it came to life.
Oh God, why would you do that?
Severely damaged by the unwarranted attack, the tree's trunk split open.
I can't hold him any longer. Take him to the village elder at Parfalax.
With its last breath, the tree of wisdom or whatever opened its trunk. Out rolled a small goblin. The creature shook awake and yelled.
Freedom at last!
The small goblin sprinted for the door, but was immediately set upon and killed by the party. They noticed he glowed much like they did. As the goblin lay motionless, his wounds sealed shut and his eyes popped open.
You can't stop me!
Once again, the goblin ran for the exit. Donovic smashed him in the back of the head with his brick, and the goblin slid to a halt, knocked unconscious.
This is how we do in Yan Kardu.
They tied up the goblin and put him in Melvin's perfect backpack and set out for Parfalax. A few minutes into their journey, they heard muffled yelling from the pack.
I am King Cha-Cha! I demand you let me out at once!
It is funny, tiny person demand like he is deserving of rights.
Ume glared at Donovic. But why won't the goblin stay dead? Why was the tree holding him captive? And why did Ume kill the Tree of Wisdom or whatever? Find out next time on Fissure's Initiative Short Stories.